Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lexi Saucerman. I am a wife to a wonderful man. I am a dog mom to 2 rescue pups from Texas. I bought my first home when I was 22 years old. I work as a successful realtor with the Group Real Estate, and I am 25 years old. I currently serve on the board of directors with partners, and I am also a mentor. I am proud of where I am right now, and it was a challenging journey. Today, I stand before you to tell you that journey. Flashback in time with me. Oh, forgot about that one, guys. It's 2007. I just stepped into the partners building. I'm going to my first group event while on the wait list to be matched with a senior partner. That's what we called it back in the day. I have no idea what the night is going to involve. I get downstairs and there are about 15 other kids around my age, playing board games, eating pizza, getting tangled up in Twister. Everyone is laughing, and for the first time in a very long time, I felt included. I finally felt like I wasn't alone. I didn't have the easiest childhood. My biological mother was in and out of my life due to substance abuse. My dad had just separated from my stepmother, and I had no contact with her. I had a single dad trying to run his own business and figure out how to be a parent all on his own. It was very challenging for the both of us. I started at a new school, and I had felt so alone. It was the 4th grade, and by that time, kids had already found their group of friends, and there wasn't room for another person. Being a young woman with a single dad, no other family, and no friends was very hard. I spent a lot of time anxious and sad. I remember one morning, just before I got matched, my father had woken me up for school, and I had just started crying hysterically because I didn't want to go. I could tell he was heartbroken about it, and I can't imagine how helpless he felt. Kids were mean, and I felt so excluded. I had never felt like that before. Thankfully, the time went pretty quickly before I was matched with my senior partner, Brittany. I was extremely nervous. I had a very long history of women walking out of my life. I didn't trust women, and I lacked that connection. It didn't take long before I developed a bond with her. Spending time with her was an escape from the reality of my situation. I felt like I had permission to be a child again. I lacked confidence as an only child. With that, my social skills were sparse, my friends were my teachers, and I felt like I bonded with them better than kids my own age. Brittany made me feel like it was okay to be a kid again. I learned social skills, which grew my confidence, and I began making friends that were my own age. We didn't do a lot of extravagant things. Mostly, we would walk around the mall, spend time at her apartment, and get Chinese food, which was my favorite at the time, or we would walk to City Park with her chihuahua. She took me to Wide World for my first time, and to this day, every time I go there, I still think of her. There was this one ride called the Screamin' Mimi, and I remember being absolutely terrified of going on it. But she gave me words of encouragement and went down it with me. It was the most fun I'd ever had yet in my life. I had to Google and message Waterworld on Facebook to find the name of that ride, by the way. I had so much dedication to that. We didn't do a lot of extravagant things. I just said that, sorry. Brittany did things with me that I would not otherwise have had the opportunity to do. We were matched for about 18 months. Brittany was going to dental school in Virginia, and she was moving away. On our last visit, I got to spend the weekend with her and her parents at their home in Colorado Springs. It happened to be during Christmas vacation, and it was absolutely magical. It was the craziest thing being around a complete family. That was something I hadn't experienced in a very long time. This small moment plays in my mind like a film on repeat. Being involved in partners and having a mentor changed my life, and I don't mean that lightly. Having a female role model is crucial for the growth and development for a little girl. Brittany helped me get my first bra. Not that I really needed a bra in the 4th grade, but I remember so distinctly a girl in my grade talking about getting training bras with her mom over the weekend. It spread like wildfire. Suddenly it felt like all of the girls in my class were going and getting training bras. How does a 9-year-old girl bring that up to her father? Something so trivial, but so important to a 4th grade girl who's just desperate to fit in. I remember being so scared to ask her about it, but I didn't have anyone else to ask. She made the experience so easy. She made me feel like I had nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed about. At a time of transition in my life, this woman gave me friendship, confidence, love, and she introduced fun back into my world, which is something I lacked a considerable amount of. I strongly believe my mentor is a large part of the reason why I am where I am in my life. I feel incredibly lucky to have had the opportunity to have had a mentor. My life could look so differently right now. As soon as I was old enough, I knew that I wanted to become a mentor. March 2019, just 2 months after I turned 21, I began the process. By the end of April, I was matched with my first mentee. Unfortunately, we had to part ways 1 month early due to the pandemic. Last August, I got back in touch with partners and I began the process all over again. I got matched quickly with my mentee, Natalie. Being a school-based mentor, we do not do a lot of extravagant things. I have taken the same approach as Brittany did with me. I try to be as consistent as possible in her life. I often wonder if I'm making a difference in her world. Does she care that I come and see her weekly? Does she enjoy the things that we do together? And then I look back on my time with Brittany, and I'll bet she asked those same questions. I wonder if she knows of the impact she had on my life. In October, I found out another realtor with my company, Rachel Bombars, was involved with partners on the board of directors, and immediately I knew I wanted to expand my reach within the organization. I wanted to make an impact and spread more awareness within the community about this amazing nonprofit and how people can feel more empowered to get involved. I could have been volunteered anywhere, but I chose partners. I am so passionate about this organization and everything they stand for. Statistically, children of single parents are more prone to various psychiatric illnesses, alcohol abuse, and suicide attempts than children from homes with two parents. I am a statistic, and I overcame the odds due to mentoring. What is wonderful about partners is they have different programs that all have different time requirements. Whether you have 1 hour a week to 3 hours a week, or even if it's just once a month, there are options for you to get involved. My mentorship with Brittany was only 18 months, but those 18 months impacted and shaped my entire life for the last 15 years. Partners truly lives by their mission of empowering youth to achieve their full potential through mentoring. Partners always has a wait list of kids just waiting to get matched. Every single one of you in this room has the potential to be an excellent role model. Mentoring doesn't have to be very long to be effective. It can be just as simple as consistency in a child's life. The kids in these programs don't need expensive gifts or pricey events from you as a mentor. They just need your time. However, tonight, you do need a lot of money. I challenge every single one of you to be that change in a child's life. You never know how much you are saving them. Thank you so much for having me up here tonight.
Hi Lexi, this is Brittany coming to you from Las Vegas, where I live now. Just wanted to send you a little message. Vanessa over at Partners told me a little bit about what's going on and all of your great accomplishments, and it just makes my heart happy to hear all of these great things. I also wanted to show you a little something that I have in my living room that I've had ever since we've known each other. I'll show you a little picture of this. You might recognize that as a little picture that we took when you were at my parents' house, and I've had that with me from all of the moves and all the different places that I've lived. And so I was just thinking about you and so happy to hear about everything that's going on, and I hope that we can catch up in person soon. All right, thanks, bye.